Welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 290, Tales of Ordinary Madness. My name is Eric.
I'm Jason. I didn't like it.
No, this comic is terrible.
Don't read it.
Don't. The end. Goodbye.
All I remember about it is that apparently the writer was some sort of, mental health, practitioner.
Yeah.
And he just kind of, stole the stories of his patients. I mean, all good stories, I guess, are based on,
Sure.
your life experiences, but I don't know. These weren't good stories.
No, they were not. Just an awful comic all around.
Yeah.
Not worth the 50 cents that I paid for a 4-issue series.
I mean, it's even terrible that, I was like, well, at least Mike Allred drew it.
Right.
But it's definitely the worst thing I've ever seen by him because
super early.
It's pretty
Michael.
old. Yeah. It's just, it's not good.
Nope.
And it took us this long to recover from reading it.
Yep.
5 months later.
Yeah, is it 5 months?
It's been something like that.
The last time that you were here in this room was back in August.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's been 5 months.
It's about 5 months then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, nuts.
Yeah, so this is actually not episode 290.
No.
And this is not our official, well, it is our official review for Tales of Ordinary Madness.
That's as much as I've got.
Yeah. This is just sort of us, getting together and talking.
That's right.
And hopefully...
As it should be, right?
Hopefully, this is Gutter Trash, The Return.
The Return, right. We'll be like Michael Jordan. We'll wear number 45 from here on out.
Yep. Is that a thing?
Well, when he came back in the late 90s, he changed his number.
Huh.
And then he wasn't as good.
Well, obviously. Because he changed his number.
Oh, that's probably... Maybe 23 was his sigil.
Could be.
Yeah. Oh, maybe, because he always had 23 and he was always superhumanly good.
Yep.
Huh. Interesting.
Or, he was old.
Yeah, and I think, he should have just stuck with golf. He seemed like he was enjoying that.
Right?
Or
go baseball even?
I don't think he was... Nobody was enjoying that.
Never.
But I loved Michael Jordan. I loved watching him play basketball.
He was probably the greatest player in history.
Yeah. Yeah, he was great.
Too bad that basketball doesn't exist anymore.
It's professional. It's MMO on a court. Yeah, what happened to Spud Webb and all those awesome guys from the 80s?
They all died in the basketball apocalypse.
Oh, the basketball apocalypse. That's right. I always forget that happened. Yeah. I always forget that happened. I've never been a history buff, though.
No, that's true. So, how you doing?
I'm all right. I'm pretty good, actually.
Good.
Things are good.
All right.
Yeah.
So, do you want to talk at all about what's happened?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, we didn't discuss what we were going to talk about here, but I don't mind.
All right.
We had a shitty year, kind of.
Yeah. You more so than I had. But it's not a good year.
No.
Not a good year in general.
2014 was not my favorite year ever.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to 2015 being a good year.
You know what? Like I said, 2014 was okay for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really hoping that 2015 does you a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care what happens to me. Like I am rooting for you.
Oh, well, shucks. Thanks. Yeah.
So the last time we got together, we reviewed a movie.
Attack the Block.
Yeah. Then I picked that terrible comic.
Unbeknownst to you.
I think I had read it at that point.
Oh, okay. So you kind of knew.
I kind of knew at that point. I think maybe I had all but like one issue read at that point.
Yeah, like maybe it all just comes together in the end.
Right. And so, I gave you that comic, and then you had a bad week and postponed the episode. And then you kept postponing the episode, and then we just sort of realized that it just probably wasn't going to happen for a while.
Right.
And I was like, fuck, this comic was so terrible, it broke Chase.
It broke me. Yeah. It destroyed my brain.
I can't remember. Who's the writer's name of that comic?
I have no idea. I'm glad I don't remember, because I don't want to call him out on how terrible he was.
Right.
Maybe he's a good writer now. Because, Mike Allred's an awesome artist now.
Sure.
So maybe that guy's awesome, too.
Right. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
you never know.
You'd think I'd remember his name if he became an awesome writer.
That's probably true. Yeah.
I guess basically what happened was, well, obviously, the longtime listener will remember that your friend Doogie passed away back in July.
Right.
And being pretty much one of your closest friends for like a very, very long time.
Right.
You didn't take that very well.
No, yeah. It kind of sucked a lot.
Yeah. And so things just kind of snowballed for you, I guess.
Yeah. It was just not a good couple of months. Yeah. That wasn't the only. I mean, not that I'm just saying like this is about me, but it like broke my brain. All of this, I basically had a nervous breakdown because of two of my friends killed themselves, and my dog had cancer and passed away.
Right.
This was all within the 2-month period, and basically, I kind of honestly, like no shit, kind of wondered if I wasn't just living in a nightmare, and like this wasn't actually reality.
Right.
I was kind of questioning reality, questioning whether I should stay in this reality. I had no idea what was going on, and all I knew is that I didn't want to be in contact with anyone or anything. So it was rough. It was very rough.
It was, I mean, again, you're trying not to make it about you, and I'm trying not to make this about me, but, I mean, it was rough for me, too, as it was rough for all of your friends.
Right.
Because, I mean, we were worried about you.
Yeah.
And, I mean, well, I don't think I even knew that there was a second person that you knew that killed themselves.
Yeah,
Like, I obviously only knew about Doogie.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know who the other person was.
Yeah, it was my friend John. He was another artist. He's the guy that I used to, like, walk his dogs all the time.
Okay.
He wasn't obviously as close a friend, so,
Right.
I mean, I didn't really talk about it too much, but, I mean, it just, like, it was like a month and a half after Doogie, and it was just really, really hard because all of a sudden there's all that there again, and
Right.
it was crazy. My brain stopped working when all that happened.
Right. And you lost your job right around the same time.
Right.
I mean, you took a lot of time off, when Doogie went missing, and
Yeah.
then, obviously there was some grieving time, and you tried to go back to work, but you just...
Yeah, it lasted maybe like another month, and it was just not working. Like, I was having panic attacks at work, and just like, it was terrible.
Yeah.
And it was a good job. If anybody out there is thinking about getting hired at Trader Joe's, it's a really good job. I liked it a lot, but, it didn't work out.
Right.
Did not work out.
Yeah, I mean, I remember sort of when all this started, I think, you had kind of lost your job at the point. And just, we didn't have too much contact, but, I always kept trying to reach out to you. Because I love you. You're one of my closest friends. And, I was worried about you a lot. And, I remember one time, I think we sort of tentatively made plans, and, you called me and canceled, which I kind of expected, but you called me, and, I'm sorry if I'm bringing this stuff up, and
no.
you don't want it brought up, but
No,
you called me, and you had a stutter. You could barely talk, and I could barely understand you. And, we got through the conversation, and then, we hung up, and, the first thing that I did was text your girlfriend, and was just, on a scale of, 1 to 10, how worried should I be about Jason? Because, I honestly thought that, fuck, you're going to kill yourself.
Right.
I didn't know, know? And apparently I texted her while she was at her other job.
Oh, the bartending job? Yeah.
And so she called me 5 minutes later, and she was like, I'm sorry, I'm at work, but I saw your text, and it's just easier to call you. And she's like, honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm thinking 8. And I was like, fuck,
Yeah.
We were worried. We were really worried about you.
I appreciate it.
But we had enough confidence in you that we knew that you would pull through.
Yeah.
You just needed the right kind of help, I think.
Yeah.
And you seem to also want the help.
Yeah.
Which I think is a big factor.
Right.
But, slow going, but, you leveled out.
Yeah. I'd say maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago is probably the first time I've felt kind of normal since July.
Right.
It would come and go, but it's been kind of steadily good now. Probably because I've been seeing a therapist, and I started taking medication, and seeing a grief counselor who's awesome. He's he does art therapy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I've seen him half a dozen times now, and all that stuff adds up to really help. And getting a new dog has helped a lot. She's just full of energy and super cool.
Yeah, I remember you talking to me about whether you should get a new dog or another cat or something. I was like, I think this was shortly after Uma died, and it was just maybe too soon, but whatever works. Honestly,
I went back and forth for a month on that, and then I was like, I need a dog.
Yeah.
I need this creature who's gonna unconditionally be happy to see me every moment.
Right.
Or my brain's just gonna go into worse and worse territory. So
right.
I'm really glad I got her. She's awesome.
I've met her. She is adorable.
Yeah.
She is bitey.
She's very bitey. We're working on that, but it's her name's Edna.
What's her full name?
Edna Valentine.
There we go.
Yeah. And she's super cool.
She's a little boxer puppy.
Yeah, boxer pit bull.
Yeah.
We think.
Yeah. About 4 or 5 months old?
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, she's pretty awesome. She is frightened of me most of the time.
Right. Yeah, she's timid.
But at the same time, not afraid to just try to bite the shit out of my hands or elbow.
Right. Yeah.
Or beg for food.
Yeah, she's kind of a beggar. She likes to torment the cat.
Yeah. I feel so sorry for Goo.
Yeah, he's like... It's like I had this 90-year-old man living with me, and I got, like, a 5-year-old kid, right. And I'm like, you guys go hang out. You know? And he's just like, fuck this. What happened to the other one? I like that much better. Kazuma was 14, so she was basically like, her and Goo were just like, let's chill.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, even when they were younger, like, you know, I don't think ever, unless there was a Chinese person at the door, I don't think I
right.
ever saw her get riled up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, she was pretty laid back.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you got the help.
Yeah.
You know, also you finally got some employment.
Yeah.
To I'm sure being unemployed probably was not helping.
No. It was
stress levels anyway.
Right. Yeah. I was broke on top of everything because
right.
I yeah. I don't even know if I told you this because my dog got cancer in June, and she didn't pass away until August, the end of August, and or maybe even September, I forget. But anyway, during that time we had like 3 surgeries for her, which totaled like $5,000, and that was like every penny that I had left,
right?
And basically, and so so that did not help at all either. So Jack was like cool enough to ask me back to Mavericks. He'd been asking me for months. And
he'd been asking you since you quit.
Yeah. Cause I mean, we met up like once a month for breakfast, and every single time he's like, you want to come back? And
right.
I was like, no, I'm, trying to do something different. But he was really cool and had me back, and it's actually been awesome. Like I thought it would not be, but, actually really, really am enjoying working there again.
Right. Well, it's probably comfortable for you, and it's definitely something
Yeah.
You did say they seem to be keeping you away from the magic departments for as much as you can.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. I've been hanging out in the comics and playing with toys.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah. But over the last couple months, we've there was a little while where we did not see or talk to each other that much. I think there was a couple of emails here or there, but we wouldn't do drawing night or anything. And I missed you.
Yeah, I missed you too.
And, I won't lie, it was kind of nice sometimes, hanging out on Saturday night with my lady. But, for 8 years we've been doing drawing night.
Right. Yeah.
And, I missed it. I missed hanging out with you and missed talking to you. And, obviously, I wanted to try to help you as much as possible, but, I've got my own stupid bullshit brain to deal with.
Right.
I'm of no help to anyone.
Oh, that's not true. You and Kathleen and Joe, a lot of people helped out a lot. Brian John Mitchell. So yeah, a lot of people helped when I was in bad state. So I really appreciate it.
I just did what I could, and it was pretty much just letting you know that I was there for you if you needed me, and you didn't need me, so it took a lot of pressure off of my shoulders. So, thank God.
You're like, I don't want to deal with his bullshit.
I've never seen such a depressed, moody fuck. Except for when I look in the mirror.
Right? Oh, well.
But, we started doing drawing night again.
Yeah.
We've been pretty regular at it lately, and of course we got to do it at your house now because...
my puppy.
Because of your puppy.
Yeah.
And your mom pretty much probably hates you because you have this puppy.
Yes.
Because you got this puppy, and then you just left it with her all day.
Yeah.
She's with Goo.
I'm trying to remember... Did I have a job when I got the puppy? I can't remember which came first. Yeah, I don't even, yeah, I don't, yeah, no, I think I got the puppy first, so, yeah, for a while there, I was just, like, hanging out with the dog every day.
Right.
Which was awesome, yeah, okay, because, like, it was pathetic, though, like, the first week I had her, I think I drug my mattress into the living room, basically, and just me and the dog laid on a mattress in the living room and watched DVDs for, like, a week. That was, like, but I think I needed that.
Right.
You know? It was really nice.
I mean, sounds like a pretty great deal to me.
Right? Yeah.
Can I drag my mattress over to your house and just hang out with Edna?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
I mean, your mom will take care of us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
She'll let us out when we need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, Edna's gotten pretty good at being house trained, so she's learning.
That's good.
The first couple weeks I was kind of worried that she was going to end up like Pearl.
Yeah.
But it did not go in that direction for very long, so it's good.
A girl at work was talking to me today about her dog. She says her dog is just... It's a dumb dog, but she actually feels like it might be retarded.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And she said that the dog just started pooping, like, right in front of them, like in the living room. And so they freaked out, and they kicked the dog outside. But apparently once it got outside, it decided that it didn't want to poop. And then, so they let it back in, and then it just continued its poop.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful. It's just a little confused.
Yeah.
So, have we done anything cool in the last few months we could share with people? I don't
Have you?
Maybe a couple things. Yeah. I went and saw the Will Eisner art exhibit at the Billy Ireland Museum in Columbus. That was pretty great.
Awesome.
I do love Will Eisner.
I know you've invited me a couple times to go up there, but I can't.
You work every day. Yeah.
I'll literally work every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember if that happened since the last time we did a show. But, I got a second job.
I think because I think we made jokes about how we were all working too much and we should quit our jobs.
Oh, yeah.
And then I did that. Yeah. And you didn't.
Damn it, that's where I went wrong.
Yeah. You could have went to the museum and laid on a bed with a puppy for a week. Doesn't that sound better than what you've been doing?
Yep. It does.
Man. But that's it, pretty much it.
Concerts?
No concerts.
No metal shows?
No metal shows, no movies. Haven't, yeah. No, I've just been pinching pennies.
Yeah. I've, also been pinching some pennies, but, more just out of, I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why. Probably out of a growing sense of responsibility.
Oh, wow.
And, well, a growing sense of responsibility that is growing out of the fact that I've realized how badly I fucked up my life up till this point, and desperately trying to cling to some sort of turnaround on that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you seem to be doing good. This is,
Well, I mean, I haven't suffered any fucking nervous breakdowns or anything.
Right,
like that.
yeah, you're no loser. Yeah. Oh. Man. Yeah. So, yeah, how's Bambi? She's good, right?
Yeah, she's doing all right.
You guys started a podcast.
We did. There's a new podcast on Gutter Trash Network now called Atomic Batteries to Power, where my lovely lady and I are watching the 60s Batman show.
That's pretty great.
It is pretty great.
I haven't listened to it, but I do plan on listening to those.
Yeah.
Is there 3 of them out?
There should be 3 of them out.
Okay.
4 starting next week. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, she is never. I mean, she's probably seen some of the old Batman, show, but not within like the last 20 years or so.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So it's pretty fresh then.
Yeah. So pretty much it combines my two favorite things in the world, which is cuddling up with my lady and Batman.
You cuddle up with her and Batman.
Yep.
Yeah. That would be pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah. It's like a 3-spooner thing.
Oh.
Batman gets behind the both of us, and then, Bambi's on top of me.
You're like, is that your utility belt, or you're just glad to be here?
Both. And then he wraps us in his cape. And it's just it's fantastic.
That sounds great. I do love that show. It's great.
Yeah. In fact, actually, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that we are maybe starting Gutter Trash up again here.
Yeah.
Because the new policy on the network is that all the shows are going to have to eventually turn into a Batman show.
Oh, okay. I'm down with that.
We started with Atomic Batteries to Power, and then on the Viewmasters, Joe and I are starting our reviews of Batman Brave and the Bold.
Sweet.
So and on the Stupid Sexy podcast, whenever we happen to get together, Batman always comes up in every episode.
As it should.
Right.
As he should, I mean.
Right. So Gutter Trash is going to have to find some sort of Batman niche.
Well, we could definitely... there's definitely enough comics we could review, but
that's true.
There's only maybe a dozen movies.
Right. So then we could do the movies, and then, we'll just probably strictly have to go Batman comic.
Yeah.
We'll start with Detective 27.
Yeah. Just chronological.
And just chronologically read every Batman ever.
I honestly don't know that I would be opposed to that. That could be great.
Yeah. We can make it a daily podcast.
Yeah.
We'll go through it quicker.
Oh, yeah. It only takes an hour to read a comic. We could do it hourly.
Sure. Let's just move in together.
Yeah.
Quit our jobs.
Lay on a mattress with a dog.
Lay on a mattress with a dog. And read Batman comics all day. And constantly record about it.
It kind of sounds like my retirement plan, except for without the recording.
Right.
Like I just plan on laying on a mattress.
Okay, here's what we'll do.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have twin beds.
Okay.
And in between us, the podcast equipment.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And a puppy.
And a puppy.
Yeah.
Then on either side of on the other side of the bed, we'll have long boxes full of Batman comics.
Right.
And we'll just pass them back and forth to each other.
That's great.
And then as we read one, we hit the record button on the equipment and go.
That's awesome.
This is our new life plan.
Yeah. Mamas, you prouds? Oh, man. That sounds great.
Yeah. So, I did a couple of guest episodes of Gutter Trash during Halloween, which was fun, but, it was a little bit of work to try to coordinate 4 different people to do a show.
I'm sure.
There was honestly a point where I did not know that maybe this would ever happen again.
Right.
So I was like, well, I'd still like to do the show in some capacity. I was like, could I have rotating hosts? And I think the answer to that is no.
Well, you could be like the next Charlie Rose and just have a different guest on every episode. Just paint the walls black in here.
Right, yeah. I could do a Mark Maron thing and then invite people over and get them to cry for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That might be good.
So far, that's not working because of all the people I know who would start crying, it would be you.
Right.
And not a tear is shed.
I'm all cried out. Plus, I looked at a lot of Rob Liefeld comics last night, so my happy level is pretty high. I looked at maybe every Rob Liefeld comic he's ever drawn last night.
Right.
Possibly.
Pretty close, anyway. Yeah. I'm sure there's probably a handful out there that you don't own.
Right.
But for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we looked through them all.
Yeah. And, we were talking about this yesterday a little bit, that, again, you probably own most of what he has drawn. And it fills up a short box.
Yeah, barely.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like some of those are doubles because I've got those hardcovers and those issues like of Infinite and New Mutants.
Did he? There was. I want to say he did an issue of Daredevil. Do you know that?
I don't. And
Okay.
I don't remember that.
I may be wrong on that, but for some reason Daredevil floats around in my head.
Oh, I will investigate
right.
because I would love to. Oh yeah, for the listener who doesn't know, Rob Liefeld is going to be in our hometown.
That's right.
In March.
Yeah.
March 28th and 29th.
It's pretty exciting.
I honestly don't know of another living comics creator that I would rather meet.
Right.
I can't think of one.
I mean, you're clearly much more of an actual fan of him than I am. But, I mean, there is a part of me that when I heard that, I was just like, really?
Yeah, right?
I kind of want to go just to meet him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have anything for him to sign, because I don't own anything by that asshole.
It's like a special thing. Like, I remember when I found out Chris Ware was going to be at a convention I was going to. He's one of my favorites. I was like, oh, that'll be awesome. And I'm not gonna, but like, I was like happy like a child when I heard Rob Liefeld was gonna be here. I was like, oh my God, like, I can't describe it. It's special.
Yeah. I mean, of course, we have some inside information on, like, what it took to get him here.
Yeah. He's pricey.
He's a little pricey.
Yeah.
But, I have to imagine that it's going to pay off for the convention promoters.
I would think so, yeah.
I mean, they've had some decent names at the show, at Gem City Comic-Con. Like Chris Claremont and Mark Waid and
Kevin Eastman. But, I mean, I gotta say, Rob Liefeld is probably the biggest name he's gotten so far. Yeah. Definitely.
And for all his detractors, like, I feel like the line to meet him is going to be huge.
Yeah, that is the one thing I'm worried about is because I'm going to be working at the convention with, Maverick's table.
Right.
At least one day. So I'm going to try to only work there one day and be off a day so I can basically stand in his line for
the full
however long that takes.
Well, I mean, don't you know one of the convention organizers?
I do.
Do you think you could get like an inside ticket?
I'm actually really gonna try, no joke, to be the guy that picks him up at the airport.
Right.
And gets him a ride back to the city, to his hotel.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
See, this is why we needed to restart Gutter Trash, because if that happens...
That's gonna be a story.
We need that story.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, what if you could hijack Rob Liefeld into being a guest on Gutter Trash?
Can you imagine?
Oh, wow.
That would be sweet.
That would be super awesome.
Oh, yeah, like if we set up the equipment at his hotel or something.
Right, yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
I'd be on my best behavior.
Yeah. I know he was on
honestly, I legitimately want to know stuff about, like, his career.
Yeah. Oh,
and, like, what he does and how he does it. Like, I legitimately want to know.
Have you ever bought drugs from Eazy-E?
Right. Yeah, not stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, like about, like, his approach to the craft and the business and everything like that. Like, I want to know the comic book industry from the eyes of Rob Liefeld.
Could you imagine? Yes. Yeah, it's like seeing the world from Cartoon Land.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Shoot. I just forgot something.
Rob Liefeld, picking him up at the airport. Gem City Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Mavericks.
I don't know. I think I was just going to say something about, like, trying to meet him. Like, I'm either going to try to pick him up at the airport or, be his, like, coffee boy or something at the show. Like, whatever he needs. And I think I would probably have to rent a nice car to pick him up at the airport because I have a 20-year-old Saturn.
Right.
I don't want to break. I mean, that might be kind of fun to break down on the highway with Rob Liefeld and see him. Of course, it would be. See him throw a fit or something. Right. But I don't want to do that to the guy. Right. I want to get him there on time.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of car is your mom driving? Is that more suitable?
I mean, it's a nice one. It's like this minivan,
Right. I mean, as long as he's not gonna like go crazy looking for hookers and blow, I mean, I'd almost be willing to clean up my car and let you borrow it.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's a little newer. It's a little nicer. Yeah.
Pretty awesome. I honestly thought about checking, because I know a guy that has a limo service. Like,
that's right.
Because I used to drive for him on a one-time basis. And I could see if he would, like, give me a deal. I'd pick Liefeld up in a limo.
That'd be pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
That would be pretty awesome. I'm honestly surprised that wasn't one of his demands anyway.
Right? Oh.
He's pricey, folks.
He's pricey.
If you want to bring your convention, be warned, he's pricey.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping he'll do free signatures at least.
Oh, I'm sure he'll do free signatures.
But you're guessing what?
I'm guessing he's going to charge quite a bit of money for sketches if he does any at all.
Right. Yeah, because I'm sure everybody would want one. So it's like he couldn't even probably do as many as would be requested during 2 days.
I don't know. It'd be interesting. Like I because I don't really follow him on any like social media or anything like that. But like comic artists I do follow, like they often like lay out, sort of what they do at conventions. Like whether they do sketches or whatever, and or like they take pre-commissions. Or like you pay them in advance, and if you're going to be there, they'll give you the drawing that they do like well in advance of the convention. Or some people just like, hey, I'm going to be there. If you want to sketch, come by my table early.
Right. Like because once I
can do 10.
Yeah. Exactly. And like once they fill up that slot, you're out of luck. And he was on, Neil, my coworker at Mavericks, was telling me that Rob Liefeld was on a podcast not too long ago. I don't know if it was Word Balloon or something, but where he basically did talk about his career and everything. So it might be something, like if you're interested in that, like hearing that,
right?
I
want to ask him.
Yeah, you want to be there. Yeah.
Listen, I'm no John Saunders, and I never will be. And that's fine.
Is that the Word Balloon guy?
Yeah. Okay. And he's a professional broadcaster with professional broadcasting experience. Like he's a reporter. So, obviously, Word Balloon is a very professional and well done show. Done from a very professional state. But I want to know how Rob Liefeld responds to two idiots like us.
All right. Yeah. What's your favorite ice cream, Liefeld?
Probably vanilla.
Mine's vanilla too.
Oh, that's fine. Whatever.
Vanilla bean.
Fucking boring.
This is perfect. Yeah. So
although if he says cherry cordial, then he and I got no more beef.
Oh yeah. Is that your favorite?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Cherry cordial. What's cordial about that?
What about cherries and chocolate?
Is not cordial.
Ice cream doesn't make you feel welcome and happy.
That's pretty true. Other than honestly, cherries are my least favorite fruit.
Right. Well, as a fruit, sure.
Yeah.
But as
an ice cream ingredient.
Yeah, or pie ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't just sit around eating cherries. That's stupid.
I've seen people do that in Witches of Eastwick.
Yeah, they're dumb.
Yeah.
Cher and the others.
Lambert from Alien, whatever her name is. I don't know. Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver?
No, the other lady.
Michael Biehn?
No.
Bill Paxton?
No.
Lance Henriksen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You watched any movies at all?
Man, like maybe 3 in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't really.
Are we going to be able to do movie reviews from this point on?
Ooh. Yeah.
Because I like watching movies.
I like watching movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watch movies.
Okay. I'm not gonna pussyfoot around with your delicate mental health. If I pick a horror movie, I'm hoping you're not gonna use up all your vetoes in one shot.
Right. Oh man, yeah.
Or an action film or whatever.
Right. I
You
can
know
watch
what?
it.
Doogie would be upset with you if you just stopped watching action movies.
That's probably true, right? Yeah, no, what Eric is referring to is like, probably like a month and a half ago, something like that. Me and Kathleen tried to watch, Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And basically, I like freaked out, just because of, like all the gunshots and everything. And I like actually had to leave her apartment.
Yeah.
And stand outside and like have deep breaths. I mean, it was like, it's weird. I mean, my brain was doing weird stuff.
Right.
And I just like literally could not stand to watch it. Like, I felt like it was some sort of torture. And, and so we turned it off when I came back inside, and, we just like watched Ancient Aliens or something instead.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, I think I'm past that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I mean, I would still veto it, like, if you picked, like, Human Centipede 2 or something, but...
Well, Human Centipede 2 was a terrible fucking movie, and I have no desire to ever see that again.
Alright, cool.
Human Centipede 1, I still stand by, is a legitimately good movie.
Yeah. I'm not a fan.
I'll go ahead and say this, I mean, I've got my moments of anxiety. I remember around Christmas, no, it was Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving. Me and our friends Joji and Juliet were all going to meet up at a coffee shop to just hang out and write. And I was actually working on art at the time. But we were just going to just chill and support each other with our creative endeavors.
Yeah.
And I freaked the shit out.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, on the way there?
On the way there, I sat in front of the coffee shop for like an hour before like Juliet even showed up, and I was in a massive, massive anxiety attack.
Yeah.
And I calmed down, throughout the day, but boy, it really, really got to me.
Yeah.
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 It's a thing that happens.
Right.
We both have been diagnosed with whatever.
Yeah, mine's generalized anxiety disorder. Yeah. That's what
mine is social anxiety disorder and depression.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good old depression.
Good old depression.
It always comes along with anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta do the deep breathing.
Yeah.
That helps.
Would you be interested in taking a break?
Sure. Let's take a break.
Let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll do this old school.
Nice.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosion, overpowering over the competition. I'm towering, wrecking shop. When I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare. You better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest that are all get sliced and diced. Competition's paying the price. I'm gonna knock
good old-fashioned break.
Yep. Break time.
Yeah. Because I know the fill-in episodes that I did did not usually come with a break.
Oh, no breaks.
No breaks.
Power through.
Power through.
Wow.
Because some of them people like to talk.
Yeah, I've met those people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like your Brassfields and your...
Like a Matt Brassfield and a Bambi Branchfield.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's a talker.
Yeah.
Love her to death. She's my special lady. Loves to talk.
Kathleen? She's a
Yeah,
talker.
likes to talk.
Yeah.
She's a talker.
Yeah. Especially if you get her all wound up about nerdery.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you also had something else happen in the last couple months that one might look at as a positive.
Yes. I would agree.
Yeah.
I got a part-time job.
Yeah.
I assume that's what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
In addition to Mavericks.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually working for the public broadcasting station, also known as PBS.
Yeah.
I'm doing some artwork for them. I actually been doing that since November, and I think I'm about done right now, almost, unless something else comes my way from that direction. But it was really fun, and I still get to do a couple more things for them, so I'm pretty excited.
So can you talk about any of that, or?
I can't really talk about the specific show because it's a brand new show that they're doing. It's a kid's show. Mm-hmm. But basically it's like a short show. It's like goes between two other kid shows. It's like a 10-minute show. And basically it's like geared towards 5 to 7-year-olds, trying to inspire them to read and to like get excited about reading.
Yeah. But you're doing like storyboards.
Storyboards, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done like 200 storyboards since November. And it was really fun to do. Yeah. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And they pay really well, which doesn't hurt either.
Right. But I mean, it's non-profit and supported by viewers.
That's
so
right.
Like, where do they get the money to?
I guess they get a budget. They have a budget.
Was that for me?
Yeah, you and the listeners paid for my gig.
I didn't ask for that.
I paid for it too.
Oh, that's silly. I've never paid any money to PBS or NPR.
I honestly, I don't remember if I've ever given to Think TV. That's PBS around here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have. But yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah.
And once I think they filmed the pilot episode already, and once they start filming the other stuff, it shouldn't be very long because, like I said, they're like 10-minute episodes.
Sure. I mean, you'd think that would only take like an hour or so to film all.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, they film like 5 episodes of Wheel of Fortune in a day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we've done 2 episodes of Gutter Trash in a day.
Right.
But yeah, as soon as that's like on the horizon, I would love to talk about it and share information about it and get people to watch it.
Well, I look forward to that.
Yeah.
I look forward to actually seeing it too. Honestly,
I get a cameo.
Yeah,
I get a cameo.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's just like working with Matt Brassfield.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You play Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah. No. I play a maintenance man. That's like vacuuming the library, and I honestly, I was gonna try to sneak a flask into my pocket and like have it peeking out, just to like try to give the character a little zing. Sure. But I don't know if
you should come up with a whole backstory.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
How did you get to this station in your life? As the librarian janitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think his name's Mike. I think I'll have to look and see.
Yeah. I mean, do you have a uniform that has the name on it?
I don't know. They said that sometime they're gonna have me down to the studio for measurements.
Oh,
so
nice.
So we'll see. I don't know.
I mean, that's a little bit more than just an extra.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
This may become a recurring character if the show makes it beyond its initial 5.
Yeah, because they're just doing the 5.
Right.
We're gonna see what happens.
Right.
Yeah. That'd be great. I could tour. I'll be like that guy that hung out with the dog on Blue's Clues.
Right. Yeah.
Teenage girls will love me.
Sure.
I'll walk down the street and they'll throw their panties at me.
So I think I may have talked about this before, but the guy, the original guy who hung out with the dog on Blue's Clues, also a musician, has a really good album out there if you can find it.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of music?
Kind of alternative rock, pop kind of thing. Like, he hangs out with the Flaming Lips a lot, so that might give you a kind of idea,
Right. A lot of people hang out with them, though.
Well, that's true.
Miley Cyrus hangs out with them.
Oh, that's sad for the Flaming Lips.
But yeah, okay. Huh.
Well, back when the Flaming Lips meant something.
Oh, I still think they're awesome. They actually just put out an album where they cover the entire Sgt. Pepper's by the Beatles, and it's really good. It's really
That sounds just as dumb as maybe covering in the entire Willy Wonka soundtrack.
good. I haven't heard that one yet. Primus did that this year. Have you heard it?
I have.
What do you think?
It's alright.
Yeah.
There's like 2 good songs on it, but for the most part.
The Oompa Loompa song, probably.
The Oompa Loompa songs are pretty much the best ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it. I haven't gotten a chance to, but... No, I think the Flamin' Lips Sgt. Pepper's is actually surprisingly good.
Yeah, Steve Burns is the guy, the former Blues Clues guy. And he's got an album out there. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's really good. Yeah, and I recommend somebody checking it out.
So did he...
Somebody out there, check it out.
I'll check it out.
All right.
Did he quit, or did he get fired?
Oh, he quit.
Okay.
Yeah, decided that he didn't want to be the Blues Clues guy.
Right.
Forever.
Right. Well, good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be Mike the janitor forever.
Right.
Fuck that. Fuck PBS. Don't try to put me in a corner, PBS.
Right.
I'm a star.
Angel needs to spread his wings.
That's right. No, I'm fine with PBS, with being Mike the janitor forever. I take it back.
Well, as someone who's been typecast as JD the Meat Man,
Yeah.
the Terrifying Tales of the Macabre, and I can barely get a guest shot on that show.
You take what you get, right?
It's no fun to be pigeonholed, and I think you should try to spread your wings before you get stuck in a position you don't want to be in.
There's a show on PBS I love called Globe Trekker, where they just go to all these weird destinations around the world and just show you everything. Like they film it and they talk to the locals and they have them they eat all the weird foods around there and go to all those strange places. I want to be on that show, but
You'd have to fly.
I don't fly and I don't ride on boats.
Right.
So if they ever do,
you might have to eat meat.
well, yeah, they might, yeah. But if they ever do a Dayton, Ohio episode, I want to be the guy that shows them around.
I'm fairly confident they'll never do a Dayton, Ohio episode.
I'm going to pitch it now that I've got an in.
All right. Well, I wish you luck.
Yeah.
I wish you luck. I just want to be on America's Test Kitchen.
I think it's American Gladiators.
Nope.
Okay.
Don't want to do that.
America's Test Kitchen.
Yeah.
I guess that.
Wanna find out which is the best canned chicken noodle soup out there.
Well, yeah. I'm sure there are some good ones, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Progressive's not bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I sometimes I eat the boxed soup.
Right.
I hardly ever eat the canned.
Yeah.
It's just salty, really salty. I mean, they're all salty, but.
Well, for the most part, I just try to go over to my mom's house and eat fresh made soup that she makes every winter.
Is she out of prison?
Yeah.
I heard she's been a true crime committer in the past.
And she has.
I thought maybe she was still up the river.
No. She has paid her debt to society.
Okay, cool. You don't want to tell that story, do you?
Oh, sure.
It's a good story.
Oh, yeah. Before the episode started, we were trying to figure out what we would do, and I was making fun of the fact that there's a podcast that started a couple months ago called Serial. It's produced by the This American Life people. And basically, it's one of the reporters from This American Life basically doing a 10-part story, like an hour each, about one person, and it's a continuing saga. And it's Basically, it's about this kid who was accused of murder and went to prison, and they're trying to figure out whether or not he actually did it or not, because he still maintains his innocence, but there's some evidence, and then there's other evidence that didn't get taken into account, and et cetera, et cetera. And for some reason, this podcast has become the most popular thing on the face of the earth. And people are now, reporting about it. It's like, hey, did you hear about this thing called podcasts? Serial invented it. Which was quite a shock to people like you and me who have been doing it for 6 years or more.
Yeah.
So I was making a joke that, we have to do this podcast now, and so it's got to be a true crime story and a continuing saga, to figure out what truly happened. So I told you the story
of your mom's crime.
Of my mom's true crime. It was, I would say, probably 1989, maybe early 90s. And we were at the local grocery store, Lafino's.
Oh, yeah.
And,
so you're like 12? Something like that?
11 or 12.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably closer to 11. And we were in the store and just going up and down the aisles. And they had a pack of Batman the movie trading cards that were just sitting out, and the pack was kind of open, and I looked at my mom and was like, oh, the pack's open, and she kind of looked at it and then put it in her pocket. And then gave it to me when we left the store.
Oh my god, I just figured out that's what our Gutter Trash Batman podcast can be. Batman-related crimes. Stuff where people steal Batman stuff, or dress like Batman and steal stuff.
Sure.
I'm sure that's happened.
Why would that happen, though? Batman is a force for good.
Well, that's why you dress like Batman, because people are like, oh, hey, it's Batman, come on in, And then, he steals all their shit. No one saw that coming, Maybe from Green Arrow.
Probably.
He's got that pointy beard.
Right. Bearded people.
Satan has a pointy beard.
Satan has a pointy beard. Basically, people with beards are just lawbreakers in general.
Usually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to generalize, but we all know it's true.
Yeah. Absolutely. Anyone with a beard, they're at least up to no good.
Right.
Right?
What's the old adage? If a man has a beard, he is to be feared.
Yep.
I just made that up.
Do you have any true crime stories?
I'm sure I've done stuff. I can't remember my mom ever committing a crime.
I get it. Your mom's great.
Yeah. She's so much better than your mom. Oh, no, I can't think of any off the top of my head, other than the one that was already in an issue of Veggie Duck Cider. And if you really want to know, go out and buy Veggie Duck Cider number 5.
There you go.
Yeah. At your local Mavericks. Where trade paperbacks are always 25% off.
Sure. It's funny because there's actually 2 Mavericks.
Huh?
There are 2 Mavericks.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So you have to go to the Mavericks in Kettering, Ohio.
May not be local Mavericks.
Right. Yeah, there's a Mavericks in Cincinnati, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been there in years and years.
I don't think I've ever been to that one.
From what I remember, it actually makes our Mavericks look tidy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's posters on the window the last time I was there that looked like the sun had been fading them for decades.
Right.
Just
advertising the new Cloak and Dagger series for
right,
1985.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that.
Yeah. This brand new comic called The Watchmen.
Yeah. Coming soon.
Right,
not out yet.
Advertising the first issue of Camelot 3000.
Oh, wow. Doesn't Brian Boland do that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took him 5 years to do 12 issues.
I bet. Yeah, that guy is pretty detailed, but yeah. I wouldn't want to play win, lose, or draw with him.
Nope.
I mean, not on my team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he'd be really good at it, but also terrible at it.
You'd lose, right? Yeah.
But you would know what the fuck he was drawing when he finished
Oh
it.
my god, yeah. It's so good. Like, I honestly don't understand. Does he, like, it doesn't look like he does any sort of light boxing over photos.
No.
Because everything looks like, it looks like his style, but it all looks so real. It looks like it's about to start moving.
Right.
It looks like you're staring at a wax dummy, you know?
Yeah, sometimes.
Like, it's so good.
I mean, I would say, like, his mid-run towards late-run Invisible covers were maybe not the best.
Oh, they had a little bit of computer imagery stuff. Yeah.
But everything else he does, you know, I mean, it's still a cartoon, like you can still see everything, but
It's so
great.
yeah. He's amazing.
He is. I haven't seen him do covers in a while. That's too bad.
Yeah.
He should. He should be the cover artist on at least one comic at all times.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
His run on Wonder Woman, awesome.
Yeah.
Invisibles, yeah.
Invisibles
yeah.
for a while, yeah. The Flash, he did some
Oh,
Flash
yeah.
covers for a while.
Yeah.
Animal Man,
Oh, yeah. Those are good.
classic. Apparently did a Spirit cover.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember that one. It was like hanging from a chandelier or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, see, we know some stuff.
Yeah.
Comics.
Comics indeed.
I've read a couple of comics.
Oh, yeah?
I read Bitch Planet #1. Have you read that yet?
I have not.
Okay, we won't talk about that one.
Okay.
I read Pax Americana. Did you read that?
I did read that.
What'd you think?
I really liked that.
Yeah, yeah.
It was fantastic.
I liked it to a point. I love the artwork, but
Sure.
I thought the story was a little, like, it was a little too much for me. Like it kind of, I don't know, it just kept taking me out of the story. It just kind of was hitting me over the head with all the references and imagery and
Right.
metaphor, and I don't know.
I mean, to me, it wasn't any different than reading Flux Mentallo.
Right.
Or even some of the Invisibles type of stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's all very similar ground. The only thing that I could say about this is maybe some of the whole Watchmen stuff was a bit much.
Right. Yeah.
But I still really liked it.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever read it a second time, but it was pretty. Very pretty.
Indeed. A couple of weeks ago, the colorist for Pax Americana posted some process stuff on Tumblr. And, like, I know what goes into coloring a comic, you know, and I know that it's no fun, which is why I hate color. But just to see him lay it all out, like again, it's like everything that, like, yeah, I know what you have to do, but just to see the process step by step, and he was like showing a panel, and he was like, yeah, you know, I talked to Frank quietly about it, and he gave me some suggestions of what he visualized, you know, about a certain thing here, and then there was like something in the script that Grant Morrison wanted, you know, conveyed through the color.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, and then he was like, okay, and so then I was coloring it this way, and then I had to render it, and then I had to do this and this. And basically, like, for one panel, I mean, it's a painting.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like, okay, and then I have to do this for the other 39 pages. And I'm like, fuck. Like, colorists
Wow.
need way more recognition
Yeah.
than what they get.
It seems like it'd be the most tedious job in
It
comics.
is.
Yeah.
Absolutely is. I mean, you know, obviously not that I have the same experience, but, you know, like even just coloring like one of my stupid pinups or whatever is a chore. Mm-hmm. But, like, you know, when
it all comes together, though, isn't it worth it? It looks so pretty.
it looks alright. I mean, mine stuff looks okay. But, you know, like, you know, just because I hate my stuff anyway. But, you know, when I was doing comics, my friend and I, you know, we had a book and we were like, well, I think we really maybe need some gray tone in this comic, you know, and so I was like, all right, well, you know, I'll do that. And so I started gray toning like a page, and I was like, fuck, like halfway through. And this is just like, maybe 3 tones of gray that I'm putting throughout the entire page. And it's just a fucking chore.
Right, yeah.
And then finally, like, somehow one of our friends decided that he wanted to do it, so he, like, hand shaded everything, and then we just scanned it
Oh,
and
nice.
laid it on top of everything.
Like with markers and stuff?
Pencil.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow. Nice. Yeah, I really enjoy coloring, but it's probably because I do it once every, like, 3 months.
Right.
Yeah. And I enjoy it, but I couldn't imagine that being, like, your job, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure there's way worse jobs, but it doesn't seem like you would get any sort of creative, like, fulfillment out of that because it's just so tedious.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's what it seems like to me. And I know, like, most colorists often have, like, an assistant or someone to lay in, like, just the flats.
Yeah.
And then they go in and they do the painting and the rendering. But even still, like, I know the guy, like our former listener, James Abels, he was a flatter.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's a tedious fucking job, and he got paid not a whole lot, to do it. And then someone else would go in and, render everything and get all the credit and the glory.
Right.
But even still, the rendering and stuff has got to be a pain in the ass, too.
So they're actually painting, like with paintbrush tools, like painting just kind of oil painting style, like swatching things around.
Well, I mean, digitally, usually, in Photoshop, but...
Yeah.
But, rendering and adding shadow and light and effects and stuff like that, what I mean? Like Pax Americana, like everything is very realistically rendered, very rounded and everything looks to be, as real as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like some coloring is more, cartoony and flat.
Yeah.
Just like there's maybe 2 or 3 tones per, lights and darks. So I mean, there's obviously a difference towards what the style of the story or style of the book is.
How in depth they have to go with it. Yeah.
And Pax Americana just happened to be one where it was very, very in depth.
Right. Yeah.
But still, yeah, I would hate to be a colorist.
Yeah.
Because they are undercredited, underappreciated, and overworked.
Right. Oh man. Yeah, I would do it like for like one issue of something.
Right.
Like just to have that in my
Say you did it.
Right. But yeah, it seems like it would be so tedious.
Yeah.
That's why I do all my comics in black and white.
Yep.
Color covers. That's all you need.
Yep.
You get those suckers to buy it because they see the color cover. They get home.
Damn skippy.
They see it's black and white. Cry their eyes out. I don't care. I'm home counting my money.
That's right. That's Marvel should take a note from you.
Yeah. I agree.
The only comics I've really read, I've read Justice League 3000.
Mm-hmm.
Because the most recent couple of issues brought the original, or not the original, but my favorites, Blue Beetle and Booster Gold into the comic.
That's awesome.
Ted Cord and Booster. And it's done by Keith Giffen and J.M. DeMatteis. So it's the Justice League International, team.
It's back.
And they brought back Fire, and I think they brought back Ice. And so they're kind of rebuilding the JLI in the Justice League 3000 comic.
That's awesome.
And I'm super excited. So I was like, might as well read the previous issues. And it's a really good comic.
Yeah.
And I kind of gave up on DC entirely. But it's a good one.
Okay.
I've been enjoying it.
Did the previous issues, were they also by Giffen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Initially, I didn't want to pick up that book at all because, it was going to be Giffen and DeMatteis and Kevin Maguire. And then, like they solicited the first issue and everything, and then Kevin Maguire got fired.
Aw.
And so they went back and had somebody else redraw, the stuff that he had already done.
What did he get fired?
It never really came out, but they're just like, he wasn't a good fit.
Well, that's too bad.
I guess. And so they gave him his walking papers.
Oh.
So Howard Porter is the artist on the
okay.
book now.
He did the JLAs that Morrison did.
Yeah. And I don't particularly care for his work.
I mean, he does the job, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's nothing you really like want a poster of.
Right, yeah. So I was leery about picking up that book, and I didn't until they announced the Blue Beetle Booster Gold thing. And so then I went back and bought the rest, and it's a good comic.
Yeah.
Can't deny it.
Yeah.
It's a good book. And honestly, I don't know if Kevin McGuire would have been a good fit for it. I still probably would have preferred to see his work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Howard Porter, like I would never. There's nothing wrong with his art. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's just not like. There's just something about McGuire's art that's like kind of fun and special. And,
Right.
I mean, yeah, Howard Porter tells the story just fine. He's he does it. He
does an adequate job.
Yeah, exactly. No complaints.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I read anything else. I read the Batman Lost episode comic.
Oh, the Harlan Ellison one?
Yeah, that was alright.
Yeah.
That may be about it.
I read a really old issue of Futurama that I found around my house.
Nice.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I think it was the first Futurama comic I'd ever read.
Nice. I watched an episode of Futurama today.
Yeah,
Kinda.
yeah.
I watched like 10 minutes of it. Last night, my girlfriend's TV broke. And so today she went out and bought a new one.
Wow, that was pretty quick.
Yeah. And so when I went over to visit her tonight, basically it was like, okay, make the TV look good. And so I was fucking with all the settings. And when we were trying to test to see what what it looked like, I put on an episode of Futurama, and then it looked great.
Yeah, because all the colors of the
yeah.
character, right? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, when she first got it, like everything looked weird and like posterized almost. Like it was almost like a digital moving watercolor.
Oh, weird.
It didn't look good.
Were you guys still doing acid though at that point? Or?
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, maybe after it left your system is when things started.
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll check tomorrow.
Okay.
We watched a movie later on. The Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, wow.
The Disney film.
Yeah.
It was alright.
Was it?
It was fun.
Yeah.
Not the best Disney movie I've ever seen, but
What is the best Disney movie you've ever seen?
we including or discounting Pixar.
Oh, yeah, let's just go straight Disney.
Okay, alright. I did really like Fantasia.
Yeah.
That's a classic. Of newer ones, I really liked Wreck-It Ralph.
I haven't seen that one yet.
That was a lot of fun. Beauty and the Beast was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah.
Beauty and the
I
Beast.
actually haven't seen that one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I like Lion King quite a bit.
I never saw that one.
Yeah. Oh. Future gutter trashes.
Maybe.
Lion King and see, these will be more up my alley. No more gunshot. I've got a list. No more sex, violence, or awkward situations in any movie. We can only watch episodes of Bob Ross painting from here on out.
May have to close down the show for good then.
Actually, that'd be a good Viewmasters. You guys just review Bob Ross, The Joy of Painting.
Yeah, that's not happening. I think I talked about this during the Halloween episodes. So, but I dressed up as Bob Ross for Halloween this past year.
Yeah. I saw the photo. It was pretty great.
Yeah.
I see the wig right now, actually.
Oh yeah, it's still hanging around.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta quit wearing it at some point.
Well, someday.
Yeah. After you do the promo photos for the next Viewmasters season.
Yep. The Bob Ross season.
The Bob, yeah. The joy of painting. You can call it the joy of podcasting.
Oh.
See?
Yeah.
It's getting better and better.
Yeah.
Well, this has been fun.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
Do you want to do some more? Like in the future?
Yeah, let's do that.
Like-
let's do that.
Next week, even?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to review a comic?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I pick a comic to review?
Is it going to break my brain again?
I don't know. It might.
Okay.
I'm not sure because I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
But I do have a comic that I've been sort of setting aside for whenever we started to do this again.
Okay.
I figure since the last comic I picked didn't really work out, we didn't really officially review it, and it has now been way too long, and I have no desire to reread it.
Yeah, I can't remember, and I don't want to.
Right, yeah. So I'm going to pick a new comic,
Okay.
and hopefully next week we'll be back with
Yeah.
a review for it.
Maybe.
That'd be nice. I kind of miss this.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
So I'm going to pick a comic called Copra. I think that's how it's pronounced.
Copra?
Copra. Copra. By a gentleman by the name of Michelle Fife. It is a self-published independent superhero comic.
Wow.
The trade came out, or at least I got the trade about a month ago. I would like to read that.
That sounds great. I've never heard of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, and we'll find out about it together.
Okay. Sweet.
Although I'm gonna have to read it first and then lend it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. That's the only thing with my new schedule. I work basically all day, Wednesday through Saturday.
Yeah.
So I can read it. I can read it in the mornings.
Mornings
I
and
don't-
evenings.
yeah.
And I've got tomorrow off, so I can read a good chunk of it tomorrow, probably.
Yeah.
So.
Sweet.
We'll
We'll figure that out.
there might be an adjustment period,
Yeah.
but we'll figure this out.
Yeah.
Because I honestly did really miss doing this show.
Yeah.
And I mean, the biggest part of that is obviously that I missed hanging out with you and I missed
Aw.
talking to you.
Shucks. Me too.
And I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't want to bring people down, but I do want to say this. If anybody is having troubles mentally or spiritually or emotionally or whatever, please tell somebody. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Talk to people.
No, I honestly, I was kind of hoping we would touch on this again, real quick, because I mean, obviously, Doogie, felt like he couldn't talk to anybody,
Right.
and chose the wrong path,
Right.
And when everything happened to you, it was like one of my biggest fears was that you were gonna choose a similar path,
Yeah.
but you reached out and you sought help, and everyone was willing to help you.
Yeah.
And
And I think that's true for everybody. Even if you don't feel it or see it,
exactly.
like email me at the show.
Yeah.
And I will talk to you.
Right.
I will call you. You give me your number, I will call you.
Right. And I mean,
Even if I don't know you.
I also am suffering from anxiety and depression as well. My girlfriend does, and I mean, everybody has. I mean, not everybody. There are people who don't, luckily suffer from that kind of thing.
Right. More people than you think.
More people than you think.
It's basically 1 in 10 people in the United States have a diagnosed anxiety issue.
Right.
I mean, that's crazy. That's high.
Yeah, and
But that's true.
when you're feeling like no one can help you, or you're just feeling low or whatever, it is your brain. The chemicals in your brain are messing with you.
Yeah.
Like they're not acting the way they're supposed to be acting. And it is not you. It is not anyone else. It is, a chemical, medical thing.
Right.
And if you tell someone that you're feeling this way and they're just like, just go outside and cheer up.
Right. Yeah.
They're fucking wrong.
Yeah.
And don't listen to them.
I love my brother, but he was even like that whenever I was suffering with this. He's like, oh, whenever I'm feeling anxious about something, I just decided that I'm not going to let that happen.
Right.
It's like, you don't understand.
No,
You just totally do not get it.
No. It's a disease.
Yeah, it's a mental illness.
Yeah.
And there is help for it, and I'm doing much better, and
Right.
I'm sure Doogie could have been doing much better.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can too if you're having problems. Call a crisis counselor or whatever,
Right. There's a friend of mine on Facebook, and then when I say friend, it's just that, we are on Facebook with each other.
Right.
But he did go to my high school, and then, conversations happened between us, in the past. But, he posts a lot of stuff on Facebook about him being depressed and then, sad and just feeling like everything is just, going to swallow him up and like he's just not going to be able to get out to it. And I have numerous times, recommended, what I think it's TCN Behavioral Services, because that's where I went to, because someone was able to point me to them, and I wasn't able to keep up with it just due to my finances and that situation, which is also a big part of my problems. But
right,
the fact that I know that I can go back there if I need to. And get back on my medication, is good to know. And the fact that, if you live in, the county that services, for TCN, you can receive financial aid and get the help that you need, and they will help you, and they're good people.
And there's programs like that are all over.
All over. You just need to look for them, or just know someone who can tell you where. And I don't know that this person has done that, but, I recommend it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I should be talking about this out loud or not, but I'm going to anyway, because whatever. But Bambi, my girlfriend, her sister, in the past 3 or 4 months has tried to commit suicide twice. And she obviously suffers from severe depression, and she has been hospitalized, multiple times for attempts on her own life.
Right.
And it's we're lucky enough that whatever she did not work, and that somebody was able to prevent her from going any further, or for she overdosed at one point, and we were lucky that somebody recognized the signs and was able to call the paramedics and able to get her to the hospital before there was any permanent damage. And the fact that her family suffers, my girlfriend suffers when she does this.
Right.
And that is what happens to the people around you if you don't seek the help that you need.
Right. Yeah.
Obviously Doogie was suffering and chose the path, to suicide, and that affected you.
And lots of other people.
And his family and all of his friends, and even, people like me that weren't so close to him, like it still affected me.
Yeah.
Because, he, for whatever reason, felt like he couldn't seek the help. So
yeah, and if it seems too overwhelming to do that yourself, I'm sure somebody can do the legwork for you.
Yeah.
If you're I just don't know where to begin, that's just another headache. Just that one person that you're that guy has his shit together, that girl has her shit together.
Right.
Just have them help you, because the help is out there, and there's no reason to go out like that.
No. And even if you don't feel like you will do that, like I'm a person who I don't feel like I would ever go to the level of suicide. Mm-hmm. But, I do feel at 2 points where, I feel like I'm worthless and I just can't breathe and don't have anywhere to turn to. Even at that point, if you still know that I feel that way, but I know I'm not going to kill myself, still seek out the help, because it will make your life that much better.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I totally agree.
Yeah, because it's not fun to live like that either.
No, it's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Yeah. It doesn't make waking up in the mornings very appealing.
Right. So, if you ever feel like that, just for God's sakes, find someone to help you.
Yeah.
There's no shame in it. Society has this weird stigma about, mental illness.
Right.
And it's bullshit.
That's something too, because the therapist I've been seeing, she's a psychologist, and she's literally like 3 blocks from my house.
Right.
But she's on the main street, and like every time I walk from like their parking lot to the front door, I'm always like, man, the first few times I was like, everybody's driving by on this main street. Like, a lot of them are probably people I know, because, this is like right by my house. And like, I just felt self-conscious and weird.
Right.
And after a while I was like, why would you feel weird? That'd be like, like, oh my God, they're going to see me walking into the dentist office, or
Right.
they're going to see me like getting a haircut. It's like, this is just something that you might get into a situation where you need to do, and there is absolutely no shame. Like,
No,
yeah,
not at all.
yeah,
I'll be honest with you. I have probably driven by wherever this place is, and I don't know that it's there.
yeah, right, yeah,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
right.
Because I drive up and down your street quite a bit.
This one's like right across from the liquor store.
Oh, okay.
The Pony Keg on
Yeah.
Wilmington Pike.
Okay.
So it's pretty convenient. Like every time I leave there, I just get fucking shit-faced
Sure.
at the Pony Keg.
Yeah.
And on the way in too.
Sure.
Let's be
right.
honest.
Is
yeah.
it Partners there? Or was that not Partners? O'Flanagan's
Oh,
or whatever
yeah,
the fuck that
yeah.
Irish pub is.
Flanagan's, yeah. I don't know what it is either. But yeah, it's right over there.
Yeah. Like I don't know that I felt super self-conscious when I was going to TCN, but I did sort of feel like this I don't belong here kind of thing.
Right.
Because I also know that it's also kind of a drug rehabilitation center. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm not a stupid druggie. I'm just sick in the head.
Yeah. See, but that's another thing. Like drug users have a problem too. Addiction disease. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
whatever it is, get somebody to talk to, or like I said, I'm not kidding. If you want to email me, it's jason@guttertrash.net. I'll talk to you.
Yeah. I guess you could try to email me too, but I'll be less likely to want to talk to you. I'll just forward it to Jason. How's
Right.
that?
Yeah.
If you email
that's
me
cool.
and you have a problem and you want to talk about it, I will forward your emails to Jason.
See, there we go. But yeah, 2015, it's going to be a good year.
2015, it's got to be better, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be better.
Yeah. I mean, bad things happen every year, but
Yeah, it's true.
I'm just going to, we're all just got to stick together and be kind of strong.
Yeah.
You know?
And hopefully, we'll do a lot more gutter trash this year than we did last year.
Right? Yeah. Sounds good to me.
I mean, it's a minor goal, and in the long run, doesn't mean a goddamn thing. But having you here, talking to you, and that means more to me than anything else. And I'm glad you're back.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's good to be back.
All right. Well, then let's go read some funny books.
Let's do that. That sounds good.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to Gutter Trash. You can subscribe to the show from guttertrash.net or from iTunes and leave us a review. Visit guttertrash.net for email information, links to our Facebook and Twitter pages, and for other podcasts and websites in the Gutter Trash Network. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.